are busily doing all of this. So let's look at a few of them and see what they're doing. First of all, as we said, there are thousands of ascended masters from the earth and other spheres who have joined in Saint Germain's work. Saint Germain in 1954, as we'll be shortly explaining, was put in charge of this great transcendence of the planet, of this ascension process. All of these magnificent beings are living, tangible beings who raise their bodies into ascension, as did Jesus, as did others. Buddha, for instance. They are wholly divine and beyond the realm of human mistakes. These great beings of light and love are the elder brothers and sisters of mankind, and they view us, all of us, as their family. They give assistance without limit to all who call to them and make individual effort to serve the constructive way of life. The process of the Ascended Masters right now is to make it possible for all of humanity to move as quickly as divinely possible from our limited conscious reality and our limited conscious beingness into being fully conscious beings. Now let's look at Saint Germain. Ascended Master Saint Germain is one of the great beings from the spiritual hierarchy. He is the cosmic authority under the seventh ray, the violet ray, the purifying, cleansing power that is raising the earth into its permanent golden age. This permanent golden age we're talking about is, of course, reuniting inner and outer earth and bringing forth full consciousness not only for ourselves but for planet Earth, for Gaia. And this is our permanent golden age, back once again in full consciousness and all the implications that that means. Now, as it says here, Saint Germain was crowned May 1st, 1954, and officially assumed the responsibilities as the director of the new cycle of 2,000 years on the seventh ray, and thus the initial pulsation moved forward. His job was now to bring the power of the violet ray and the violet flame, as well as that of freedom forward. He was the seventh ray. Jesus was in charge before that, the sixth ray. Saint Germain will now complete this work. Saint Germain is in charge of a vast series of programs created to return surface Earth's humanity to full consciousness. These various programs include a worldwide abundance program that is being secretly funded through his World Trust, global debt forgiveness, as we just mentioned, and a new global hard currency financial system. These programs are serving as a way to alter human society and to ready us for the coming first contact with our spiritual and space families. What we have to constantly remind ourselves of is that we are moving from being beings who seem alone, who at times are frustrated, who feel at times awfully limited in what we can do and not do, to beings who understand they have the ability to manifest whatever is truly required for their own abilities to continue forward, and that we have created with our own energies a great sovereignty, and that this sovereignty allows us to do what we're talking about, to manifest this new reality. And this, of course, is what we have completed recently, which is bringing in our spiritual soul force. Now let's look at Buddha. Buddha, like Saint Germain, understands that when Buddha ascended, roughly about 500 years before the present AD period, roughly 500 BC era, Lord Buddha understood that he had taken on a great task. Now, as it says here, Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, which simply means the enlightened one in Pali, was born in the 6th century BC in what is now modern Nepal under the full moon of May. In the clan of the Shakyas, a warrior tribe, the day of his birth is widely celebrated in late May, the full moon, as Wesak. According to custom, he married at a young age. His wife was named Yosudara, and he was isolated from the world because his king had heard when he was first born that if he ever got to see the outside world, he would immediately want to be one with it and to find a way to rid it of its suffering. But he did find out about that. He did go out, and one day, under what is now called a Bodhi tree or a Papala tree, he was determined that he would not rise until fully enlightened. One day, a young girl with a small little bowl of rice came, and he accepted it. And as he took each rice out, he had a flash of enlightenment. And that moment, he realized that physical austerities were not the means to achieve liberation. So he developed from that the middle way, which simply said we have to go between a reality of self-mortification and self-indulgence. We don't need to starve ourselves and say we are creating a great spirit, or do the opposite, get into gluttony. Neither of these are the way, the path to heaven and enlightenment. Something in between is what it is. At 35, he realized the Four Noble Truths and the secret to true peace and happiness. And in his last sermon before he ascended, he encouraged his disciples to diligently seek the truth and not to hold on to that which is impermanent. Okay, Buddha was with Yeshua assigned to a prime leadership role among the various councils of ascended masters. He held this joint position for the last 2,000 years. He became, with the crowning of Saint Germain in 1954, the representative for the various councils of ascended masters to the Galactic Federation of Light and to the spiritual hierarchy of this galaxy. Lord Buddha is now preparing the way for humanity to truly become galactic humans. He works every day on a galactic level to help all of humanity understand and realize that we are more than just beings in one life. We actually have lifetimes together, and that we are, once we have ascended, we are beings not only of this place where we reside, but of this entire galaxy and also of this entire physical creation. Now, so Buddha is sitting there holding the energies for this moving forward, creating this new galactic reality. Now Hilarion, as you can see here, Hilarion is the ascended master of the fifth ray. He embodies the qualities of healing and wholeness, music and science, and one-pointed vision, the action of the third eye. What he is about is wholeness, using sound and vibrations to create wholeness and to prove to science that science is really a science of vibration of sounds, which is why in ancient Greek to the present, the world is simply called the universe, the one sound, the one great voice, the one great word. His retreat is in the etheric octave above Crete, Greece. At his retreat, Hilarion prepares us to receive healing. If you are into healing, this is the Ascended Master to look after, to be one with. He believes in achieving balance and power in his wisdom and love of the first three rays, as well as the Divine Mother's white light of the fourth ray. He is associated, Hilarion, with the Great Divine Mother. Obtaining this mastery leads to the balance needed to be an effective scientist, musician, or healer. Healing is about collectively balancing another human being. It is also about balancing yourself. And ultimately, in healing a civilization and moving it forward, it's all about balancing that civilization, of making absolutely sure that that reality is able to come forward and create this new reality. So it is this ray of music and this harmony of the inner spheres, these sacred divine sounds, which brings forth all of creation. And if you would look at what zero-point energy is, you would see that zero-point energy comes from the same divine light and love of creation. So the key to science is the spoken word, which can be used to heal. This is chanting and healing practices, and also can be used to precipitate in physicality the divine plan, which then brings it to a physical completion and wholeness. So Hilarion is using his energies of vibration, of harmony, to bring forth this new society we're talking about, these new civilizations of new financial systems, new government, and how people can have their sovereignty and freedom back. Hilarion, therefore, is working with Saint Germain, as we said, to bring forth these prosperity programs and to set up these new financial and debt forgiveness systems. Remember, it's about bringing in a balance, creating this new world of consciousness so that we can heal humanity and precipitate the divine plans call for a return of light, of physical ascension and spiritual ascension to Mother Earth. Hilarion is thus creating these special harmonies that are to be used to manifest this new epoch for humanity. Another one is Paul the Venetian. Paul is a being who is taking the beauty of vision. Just as Hilarion takes the wonders of sound, Paul the Venetian takes the beauty of vision to create this new reality. Paul the Venetian is the koan of the third ray of God's love and creativity, which is pink and in color and vibration. He administers the gift of the Holy Spirit, that is the discerning of spirit. He was a former head of cultural affairs in Atlantis. He established the Liberty Flame in Peru.